What's really good? It's your boy Mikey B. Now we in the fun. Now we in the business. It's all about the NBA. It's all about the NBA draft. I'm all hyped up and ready to go because I'm excited for what we may see and what may change in teams this year. It's been the year of the injury bug, so you know, I said it before, I'll say it again. I don't count it. I don't count no championship this year. I don't count anything, man. It doesn't matter. Too many injuries, and now we got to see what guys from this draft can come in and help a prospective team with those injuries if they so happen, so I won't have so many excuses. That said, player rankings. We're going to go over the player rankings real quick. I'm gonna try to go through all 60. I'm going to try to do this in 15 minutes. I'm going to stop talking and kind of get into the game and see how CBS Sports plays it because the website loads quick. So that's why I'm here. It is what it is. All right? Cade Cunningham as the number one prospect. I don't think he's the number one prospect of this draft. At 6'8", 220, there's a lot of Luka Doncic talk combined with a little bit of magic. I think he has a little bit more athleticism than Luka. I don't think he has a shot repertoire that Luka Doncic has. And I think that's a truly tough thing to grasp. It's a truly individual talent, the high release. I don't think he's there, but I think he is a very, 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 very good player. Is he a generational player? With the new NBA, where I used to look at athleticism and smarts as a litmus test, he possesses all that. I do question his speed on the half-court positions, his ability to get in the role, get in the place. I'm not sure. His passing ability. He's been given great respect there as being one of the better passers of this draft. Detroit Pistons want him. They just drafted a point guard. I guess they think he's not going to work out. For me, Cade Cunningham is number 3. Let me go into number 1. All right, let's just jump into. Is Jalen Green number 1? I don't think so either. Jalen Green possesses everything you could want in a player from an offensive perspective. J.R. Ryder, J.R. Smith, all those guys is Jalen Green, okay? A bona fide scorer in this league is going to come in and pay dividends and be an immediate impact player. You know, think of his scoring repertoire in the likes of a Bradley Beal, but the athleticism of maybe a J.R. Smith. So it's exciting to see a guy like this come through the league. Everyone's excited to see him. He puts on a little bit more weight. You know, he could be special. And I think he's done his thing in the G League where you show him respect. But is he the number 1 player in this draft? No, I'm skipping down again. Slept on player on this draft, okay? Evan Mobley. Everybody's sleeping on Evan Mobley. Let's not sleep too long, okay? I know James Wiseman came in and folks are a little bit teetered about James Wiseman's performance or his ability to perform with the Golden State Warriors. But I'm going to argue something real quick. I'm going to argue that Mr. Evan Mobley may be the most prototypical big guy, promise to be great player we have in this draft. And I'm going to say this. As high as Jalen Green is, from an impact perspective, I'm not sure you can truly put Jalen Green in the same ilk as what Evan Mobley could potentially bring to the table for a team. When we talk about Chris Bosh and guys like that, Evan Mobley comes to mind for me. In all facets of player with a little bit of Tim Duncan, I'm excited. I'm excited, especially with Giannis taking over the league. You know what it is. Even though I'm hating on the Bucks in the championship, you can't hate on his skill set. The guy still hasn't even developed and is already killing them. I think he is special here, Evan Mobley. Depending on the team, there's a lot of promise there. I got him as the number 2 player in this draft, okay? Cade Cunningham, number 3. Let me move him down. Jalen Green, number 4. Jalen Suggs comes in, a prototypical point guard who I'm excited for from a league perspective. I think he's definitely a solid player. He may surprise me. He gives me a little bit of a Chauncey Billups type of vibe. I never know what I may get with some of these players. To me, he's a solid point guard. I'm not sure he's generational. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and maybe an all-star appearance. But I don't see him that high, okay? I'm going to be straight up. A team that gets him knows they're getting a solid player, and that's about it. I'm not sure what else they can say they're getting from this kid. Jalen Suggs will definitely contribute from a backup point guard perspective and potentially a starting guard perspective later on in his career. But not much there for him. But he's always been a competitor. He's an athletic player. He just doesn't have the eye test stuff that I like to see that makes him special as far as being an overall great passer, overall great speed, overall great defense. Now, the great defense may come along, and that may surprise me. If he's able to do that, I'm all wrong. And that, I think, should be his focus because I don't see anything else there, all right? They moved up Scotty Barnes, okay? James Suggs is not even in the top 8, top 10 for me, okay? So I'm sorry to say, I'm not going to do that man like that. He's probably 9 or 8, okay? I'll be real. I'll put him at 9 for now, out of respect. Okay, Scotty Barnes, long player, athletic, 6'9", 227, exciting prospect. He is going to pay dividends for somebody, even if he sucks everywhere else because of his defense. I'm actually pretty much excited about what we're going to see about Mr. Scotty Barnes in the NBA and what he can bring to the table, okay? At 6'9", 227, with his vertical, his reach, his speed, and agility, he's a team that all the top teams in this draft this year, playoffs, the guys that made it in deep, specifically the Phoenix Suns, if they were to return the team, this is the guy they need to be able to stop Giannis. Mikal Bridges is a little too light, okay? DeAndre Ayton was obviously too slow. Scotty Barnes may be the most important player in this draft. There's a couple guys like him that are long, athletic. These are guys that you need to stop the Bulls. LeBron, James, we talked about Giannis. There's several Bulls at the small forward position that are killing the league and are long. And Kevin Durant, you need somebody that'll guard him. This is the guy, okay? James Bouknight, they got him as a bona fide scoring king, can shoot it from all over the map. He's moving up, but I'm not sure what we're getting, okay? Typical Steph Curry drill type of guy, which could be exciting, but you saw the dude from Michigan who's playing for the Golden State Warriors right now. His name eludes me. I think James Bouknight is in the same ilk with a little bit, definitely more handle because he got that East Coast swag. So he's an exciting player. Depending on the squad, he's another big scorer. Can come off the bench, shoot the three. Let's see what he brings to the table. All right? Now, we continue on. You're still trying to figure out, right? Scotty Barnes is number 4 or number 5 as far as the top player. I'm going to put him at 4. But number 1 for me is right here. It is Jonathan Kuminga, the Kawhi Leonard, the prodigal son, the guy that I'm really high on out of Jersey. He's the number 1 player for me in this draft. He's going to be a steal for anybody because of what he brings to the table. All the intangibles you want at 6'8", 205, is learning how to shoot a jump shot, has a defense. He is definitely a player that you need to be watching his development. I think he'll struggle the first year because of the speed of the NBA. But as he continues, as Kawhi did, you're looking at a guy that can be one of the top scorers, and I'll call them the shoulder carriers. You know what I mean? Carrying babies and stuff like that. He can carry a team. He has the shoulders. He has everything you want. I'm excited for Kuminga. And now we got that Jersey swing from Congo. Has a little bit of handle. I like what I see out of him. Long arms. 36-plus inch vertical. Speed. Good eye. Pretty good passer. I love him. Kuminga's number 1 player for me. All right, we continue on. Davion Mitchell comes in. For me, he's a top point guard, okay? Despite Cade Cunningham, despite the ability of Jalen Suggs, I put Mr. Davion Mitchell as the best pure point guard because I think Cade Cunningham is a hybrid. All right, that's being real. But I mean, I'm being snaky a little bit, I know it. But I just got Davion Mitchell as the guy. I think he's special, and I think he on the right team. He reminds me of a taller Will Bynum, to be honest with you. And that is a definite plus for a team. Doesn't have to be a starter. He doesn't have to start for a team. You don't need a guy to start and average, 55, 60 points, all that good stuff. He doesn't need to do that. Sometimes you need a Jeremy Clarkson, those type of players from the bench. Sometimes you need that type of talent. He can be there for a team. And that's something definitely that teams need to look for, is who can fill in a role, fill in the gap for a team. Davion Mitchell definitely is that guy. I'm excited for him. Now, we continue on. We get into Josh Giddey out of Australia, the big unknown. They say Ben Simmons with a shot. That's what everyone's saying, 6'8", 205. Have yet to see him as the international players continue to grow and get better. Josh definitely is a guy on my mind. What can he bring off of the bench to help a team out? Bringing a team together offensively. Excited to see where he goes. Needs to go to the right slot. If he doesn't, he'll disappear from this league. If he does, could be something special. He happens to be not in my top 10, but slowly creeping up. Moses Moody, prototypical scorer out of Arkansas, proved well in the eye test with regards to what he did on the basketball floor for the workouts, okay? He did his thing there. They liked it. So Moses Moody at 6'6", 205 is another exciting player. France Wagner out of Michigan, sophomore, 6'9", prototypical inside-out player, can shoot the three. I like him. France is solid. Definitely not a top 11 player, but definitely a player that you need to keep an eye on, again, fulfilling the bench role. You know, think about your boy, Mr. Duncan from the Miami Heat. These are guys that come in and can prove beneficial. Sometimes more beneficial than getting an all-star. France Wagner will be on a lot of people's mind. Chris Duarte, unobliterated scorer. A lot of teams are going to pick him up. They need the Jordan Clarkson effect. They're going to get it with Duarte, 6'6", 190 out of Oregon. Zaire Williams, unsung hero. I put him in the top 10. All right, 6'8", 185. If he gets some weight, has everything there to be special. Rashard Lewis comes to mind. Definitely a lot of talent there. A third option for a team if he can grow into what he needs to grow into. Corey Kispert, definitely a guy that surprises. Okay, he's in my top 10, believe it or not. The three-point shot, showing the athleticism in the combine. Kispert is a sleeper. Doesn't necessarily show the athleticism in the particular drafts and things. It's in the game, but he has the potential. I like Corey. I think he's special. And I think that a team that gets him definitely has their sixth man, seventh man, eighth man. The guy that really pays dividends. The guy that can help the Lakers. The guy that can help the Blazers. The guy that can help the, why not, the Denver Nuggets, all right? Keon Johnson, big athletic freak. I really want to see him go to Charlotte. I just love what Charlotte's doing in LaMelo. I think with a great point guard, Keon's going to look good. He's a sleeper. He's in my top 10. Know why? Defensively. Defensively, he's special. And this may be one of the better defensive drafts in history. Actually, let me not lie. In the last decade. And I think it's important that we think about Keon as a defensive player. Even with all his vertical athleticism and dunking ability, he's a defensive king. I can see a lot of teams wanting to pick him up and move up in the draft to get him. Alperen Sengun, a sleeper. He's in my top 10. All right, so we got Johnson, Sengun, Kispert. We got my man Jonathan Kuminga, Scotty Barnes. We know about Cade, Jalen, Evan, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Mitchell, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kispert, Sengun, 9. That's my next guy is Sengun. And this guy reminds me a lot of your boy from the Nuggets, the other center, the Jokic. Jokic, don't joke with the boy. He can get busy, slow, but impactful. Definitely a guy I want to look to in this draft as somebody special. I think he can pay dividends for a squad. Watch him. Don't sleep. He's a dangerous player with dangerous ability. I think this is a great opportunity for him to try to get into this league and pay dividends for a team coming off the bench, maybe G League, and maybe 3 years, he could be one of the better players from this draft. I'm going to continue on. My next pickup, yes, sir, Usman Garuba. He comes in, solid defensive player, another Euro guy, athletic, very, very athletic, can rebound. Excited what I see out of him. He's not my number 10. Cameron Thomas, guy LSU, moving up the ranks. Solid guard. Again, another Jordan Clarkson. You got a lot of bench guard players. Shooting guard position should be fulfilled. You got a lot of shooters in this draft. Cameron Thomas, the guy underneath him, Jared Butler as well. A lot of three-point shooters. These are guys that are not going to be your all-star guys. These are guys that are going to be on a six-man running, or the guy that can give you 8 to 9 points of solid defense with great three-point shooting, great shooting, putting people in the right position as far as learning the plays and being in the right position. I like these guys. They're unsung heroes, not talked about, but very important. All the GMs know. Okay, so I kept going. You're saying, dude, you didn't mention your 10th player. My 10th player is coming up right here, guys. My 10th player is coming up right here, and in a slow second. Ayo Dosunmu. Yes, Ayo Dosunmu. The guy out of Illinois is a dog. Special talent. I'm in these streets, I know. He is a special talent. I'm excited what we may get out of him this year. Definitely a guy that was slept on and not given the respect. I think Ayo is going to be doing some great things if he gets in the right position and plays for the right team. He's a guy that's 6'5", that has all the athleticism, meets the eye test. I call him a poor man's Dwayne Wade. I think he can go to a team and definitely be impactful if given the minutes, if given the bandwidth to move and run arenas. Wade, Ayo is my 10th most impactful player in this draft. I'm going to continue down with Kai Jones, a big athletic guy, a big 6'10" athletic beast. Pick him up. Isaiah Jackson, another guy. He can stretch the floor. He's a sleeper. At 206, if he gains some, gets into 220 range, you could be looking at a big-time sleeper. We talked about the Chris Bosh era, the guys that can shoot the three, get inside. He can do a lot of those things. He's solid. I would hesitate to say one of the better power forwards, if not top 2 power forwards in the draft, okay, in Isaiah Jackson. Strong high school career, not really beneficial when it came into the NBA, but I like him. Jaden Springer continues to move up. James Johnson, role player. Trey Murphy, not bad. Trey Mann thinks he's the best point guard in the draft. Again, another Steph Curry clone. I respect you, boy. Do your thing. I think he's solid off the bench. Miles McBride, not bad. Again, same type of players all over the place. Sharif Cooper is the only true point guard in this draft. He's my number 3, despite how low he is on the poll here at 28th. He's my number 3 pure point guard. Definitely a backup to point at. A lot of teams are going to be hunting for Sharif, okay? A lot of teams, because everybody's all about offense. Now, we get into Nah'Shon Highland, his long arms, and what he can do there. Highland, definitely a guy I'm looking at, okay? He can definitely be a guy that can make some noise at the guard position. And a lot of people are excited to see what they're going to get from Nah'Shon at the guard position at 6'3", 169. Could be a big defensive guard. Could be your big three-point shooter. I like him. I like him a lot. And I think that, again, if guard-heavy league with a guard-heavy, long players that can play D, he has a place in this league. Don't be surprised to see him be impactful off the bench for a team. Josh Primo, not too much there. JT Thor, confident, okay? And I'm going to stop there with JT Thor. I think that's really does it. It's a guard-heavy draft. A lot of potential here. A lot of opportunities for teams. Thor is a big muscle guy. Needs to gain some weight. Good leaper. Good player. I don't think there's much more to talk about right now. We don't get in depth. This is just my tar driving on the NBA and the draft. Your boy Step Back. Yeah, I rated my top 10. Comingo's number 1. I'm out of here. Peace.